This is one of a series of videos that will help you prepare for your oral assessments in your Arabic 131 course. This video will focus on items in the classroom or at school. One of the tasks you may be asked to perform on your speaking test is to answer the question in Arabic, what do you have in the classroom? في الصف, or what do you have in your classroom? في صفك or في صفك. And or you may be asked to answer the question, what do you have in your briefcase? في حقيبتك or في حقيبتك في حقيبتك, which is also, you can use that word hakiba for book bag or backpack. So the question may be posed to you in English. If it is posed to you in Arabic, it may sound and read like the following: Ma عندك في صفك. So what is at you, or what do you have in classroom of yours? That's the male version. Now, if you're a lady, if you're a female, you may hear the question posed as like this: Ma عندك ما عندك في صفِّكِ. ما عندِكِ ما عندِكِ في صفِّكِ. What do you have in your classroom? And your response would start with عندي, which is at me or I have, and we'll go into some of the different items that you can use from your vocabulary on your speaking test in the lines that follow. But let's talk about the question, what do you have in your briefcase, your book bag, your backpack first? You might hear ما عندك في حقيبتك. ما عندك في حقيبتك. If you're a male, that's how you would hear the question. If you're a female, you might hear ما عندك في حقيبتك. ما عندك في حقيبتك. So what do you have in your briefcase, your book bag, your backpack? حقيبتك, حقيبتك, depending upon if you're a male or female. So, as we discussed earlier, haqiba is a briefcase. Uh, also can be shorthand for a backpack or a book bag. Now, the full term you could use is haqibat al-qutub. Haqibat al-qutub. Haqibat al-qutub. That is a bag of books, of the books, right? The book bag. Now, kitab is the singular version. Kitab, that is something that you might have in your briefcase, your book bag, or in your classroom. Kitab is a book. Kutub is the plural version. Kutub, kutub, kutub. You might also have a chair in your classroom. Certainly not in your briefcase, but kursi, kursi, kursi is a chair. Kursi, kursi is a chair. Kirasi, kirasi are chairs, plural. Kirasi, kirasi, kirasi. We talked about classroom. You could say asaf, the classroom, or you could just say a classroom. Suf, 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 with a sod. Suf, suf. And then the plural for classrooms or classes is sufuf, sufuf with a sod. Sufuf, sufuf. Remember, this is your emphatic S sound. Sufuf. You also might have a desk, a desk. This word, maktab, doesn't just mean desk, it also means office. But in the case of a classroom, you might have a desk in a classroom. So, عندي مكتب في صفي. I have a desk in my classroom. عندي مكتب في صفي. And then the plural form of maktab, desks, is makatib, 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 makatib. These are desks, makatib, or offices. You also might have in your briefcase or in your class a qamus, a qamus. That is a dictionary. قاموس is a dictionary. Um, عندي في حقيبتي عندي في حقيبتي I have in my backpack in my briefcase قاموس a dictionary قاموس قاموس and then the plural is قواميس قواميس عندي في حقيبتي قواميس. You have in your classroom a bab, a bab, that's a door. عندي في صفي باب واحد. عندي في صفي باب واحد. واحد means one. You could just say bab. You don't need to say واحد. That's unnecessary. You just say عندي في صفي bab. I have a door in my class. And then the plural for doors is abwab, abwab, abwab. Also, you could say you have an eraser, an eraser. عندي في حقيبتي ممحى. عندي في حقيبتي ممحى. That's an eraser if you have more than one, if you have plural, three or more. Remember in Arabic, we have a dual form, but we're not going to cover that till later in the course. We have singular, dual form, and then we have three or more. If you want to say I have a bunch of erasers in my backpack, you could say عندي مماح في حقيبتي. عندي مماح excuse me عندي مماح في حقيبتي. In the school في المدرسة or في مدرستي that's in my school عندي صالة. عندي صالة. That's a hall. Like you can have like a hall that's named after an important um, alumni of the school. Sala is a hall. Sometimes buildings are named something hall, right? Or a hallway, you can say sala, sala. And then the plural is salat, salat, salat. Some of you are using headphones, whether it's for this course or for studying. This might be in your study space or in your classroom. This is samaat aras. Samaat aras. This is headphones. Headphones. Samaat aras. These are listening devices of the head. Samaat aras. Samaat aras. There's a hamsa in the middle of the aras, right? You also might have a computer, whether it's a laptop or some other computer. That's a hasub. Hasub is a computer. Hasub. عندي حاسوب في حقيبتي. عندي حاسوب في صفي. And then the plural form of computers is hawasib. Hawasib. Also, on the walls, you might have maps, right? A single map is kharita, kharita, kharita with a kha and a to, kharita, kharita. So, عندي خريطة في صفي. عندي خريطة في الصف. And then plural, multiple maps are خرائط, خرائط, خرائط. خرائط. Those are maps. Some of you also may have a microphone for speaking into an audio device, right? Microphone is the word in Arabic. As you can tell, it's sort of sounds a lot like the English word microphone, and that's because it is. It's a cognate. It's been borrowed into the Arabic language from a foreign language. That's what we call cognates. This is microphone. Microphone is a microphone. What about a notebook? A notebook, daftar, daftar, daftar. That is a notebook, daftar. عندي في حقيبتي دفتر. Or if you have multiple notebooks, دفاتر, 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 دفاتر with a dal and a ta. Defater notebooks. What about papers or paper? paper in your backpack. عندي في حقيبتي ورقة. ورقة is a paper. ورقة, ورقة, ورقة. My paper, ورقتي, ورقتي, ورقتي. And then papers, أوراق, 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 أوراق. Those are papers. عندي أوراق في حقيبتي. What about a pen or a pencil? You can use this word for both pens and pencils. قلم, قلم. عندي قلم في حقيبتي. عندي قلم في صفي. And then the plural form is أقلام, أقلام. Pens or pencils, أقلام. Some of you may have pictures in your classroom or in your backpack. A picture is a surah, surah, surah with a sod, surah, and then plural is suwar, 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 suwar. Of course, you have professors in your classrooms, so that's a male professor is an ustad, ustad with a thou, with a thou, ustad, ustad, and a female professor is ustada, ustada, ustada. A group of co-ed or male-only professors are أساتذة, 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 أساتذة. And then female-only professors, أستاذات, أستاذات, أستاذات. You might be looking at slides from a PowerPoint presentation or something of the sort. A slide is shariha, 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 and then a group plural is shara'ih, 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 shara'ih. A student is talib, talib. That's a male student. A female student is taliba, 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 taliba. Talib, Taliba, a group of co-ed or uh, male-only students is Tolab, 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 and then female-only students are Talibat, Talibat, Talibat. A table in your classroom is Tawila, Tawila with a to, Tawila, Tawila. And then a group of tables are طاولات, طاولات. عندي طاولة, عندي طاولات في الصف. And then a blackboard or a whiteboard, a chalkboard in your classroom is sabura, sabura. عندي sabura في صفي. And then saburat is the plural for chalkboards or blackboards or whiteboards. Sabura, saburat. There are some other words that are in your spreadsheet that are not necessary, but you have them if you want to review them. For instance, قاعة الدراسة could be a study hall or study hall. قاعة, قاعة is a hall. قاعة الدراسة, so that's study hall, hall of the studying. قاعة الدراسة, and then the plural for قاعة is قاعات, قاعات. And then علامة للمسح is a erasable an eraser for the erasable marker, excuse me, erasable marker. علامة, excuse me, علامة للمسح. That's an erasable marker. We talked about qalam. There's khabar, which is, or excuse me, habar, habar, which is ink, and um, that's an ink pencil or pen, excuse me, ink pen. And then hasub mahmul is a portable computer, so a laptop. Hasub mahmul. And then qalam rasas is a lead pencil instead of an ink pen, right? Qalam rasas versus qalam habar. And then mulahadha is a note.